Dangal greetings everyone. I am Junan Galasaw together with other researchers to discuss the study entitled The Effects of Time Management in Balancing Academic Activities and Household Chores During Now Normal Class. In today's time, we experience difficulty managing time for school activities and housework. The current pandemic has made it even harder for our students because time management will be tested by having school performance and doing household chores. There are also some variations in self-preparations such as class recitations, exams, and projects. According to researchers conducting in the domain, there is a relationship between time management and school activities. As a student, I manage my time well in studying and household chores. Apart from this, we'll also have a responsibility in our home. These are duties as a son because if it is unfollowed, we know the consequences. We want to study if it would understand how effective time management is it having school activities and doing homework. Also, to reveal the presence of positive and negative effects in use of time in managing tasks.
Dangal greetings everyone, I am Jasper Reyes to tackle about the stabilize the time of the student for academic activities. The students supposed in higher achieving schools make more profitable use of their time. Furthermore, a low grade suggests inferior learning outcomes. Nevertheless, time is a highlight as a precious and non-renewable resource that students believe has a detrimental influence on their learning outcomes. In individual's life, time is valuable, non-renewable natural resource. It emphasized that squandered time impacts individual lifestyle due to mature adults failing to perform that required at the appropriate time. Now that the time has passed, such as the student has become frustrated with the time management scheme as ancient as humanity's generation. From term immemorial, everything has been endowed with its own time because there is a time for plan, time to live, time to die, time to sleep, time to wake, time to work, and time to rest. If any of these times are mismanaging, such may harm individuals. Mismanaged time leads to frustrations and an inability to meet future societal standard and expectation. Time management issues are relevant to individual school life because effective time management strategies aid effective administration, indicators, and tertiary institutions like research, publications, students' academic performance, community service, record keeping, and lecturers' job performance. Effective time management strategies are laudable factors and practical goals, achievement in tertiary institution. On Bandolph of 2009, it defines time management as coordinating, planning, directing, and controlling the amount of time devoted to specific activities, program, tasks to improve effectiveness and efficiently in the organization, which will bring about practical goals and achievements of such an organization. The author further stated that effective time management in the school system dictates a high success rate in such school. Thus, we can achieve and improve things as long as we give our full time to fulfill the given task. As acknowledged by Melgard et al. Of 2022, due to preventive measures such as quarantine and social distancing, students have been in isolation, which could lead to problems in students' performance, well-being, and academic anxiety. Students also have issues with synchronous online communications, such as lack of engagement in virtual meetings. Some students lost their desire to study due to the sudden shift in the learning environment they were unaccustomed. This field tells that many students have difficulties doing their tasks in school and doing some domestic chores. Thus, we cannot deny that nowadays some students do not focus on what they want to because of pending tasks and chores. Likewise, it is a wrong move for them to decide what they need to do first. In short, students failed to cope with the learning from their teachers. So let's move forward about household chores during this now normal class setup. Gender disparity regarding the allocation of household duties in such periods of confinement also needs to be focused upon, as women are often expected to devote more time to homeschooling children and to do household chores affecting their academic career, from Macado et al. Of 2019. The researcher states that we need more plans to be more organized, use our time not to be affected, and keep our duties going well without the pressure of doing two tasks simultaneously. In conclusion, even though there are multiple pending tasks in school and inside our house, as a student and children of our parents, we must put on ourselves that we must know what responsibilities. We need to fulfill and complete all the tasks to lessen the pressure and lack of focus on any task, like making some checklists and taking down notes. It can be valid during the pandemic when students are not allowed to interact physically with others. Students reported in their essays that prior experience in an online course helped them to adjust to become adept with the online setup. Millenberg and Burge of 2005 reported that students with prior experience with online learning found online classrooms effective. Moreover, students voiced the challenge that remote learning schedules conflict with their home responsibilities. These disruptions usually happens in remote learning because students must participate in household chores. This problem may influence university students' academic performance, as shown by previous studies where students' involvement in household responsibilities negatively affects in academic achievements. C. Pontan of 2017, Amali, Bello, and Gione of 2018. Researchers conveyed that even there is a barrier to managing their time and completing the given task, either house tasks in school activities, students can control the juggle in time depending on what school activities, but the thing is, there have limitations. Since not all the time should always prevail, and having a mindset of always being disease presence can lead to forgetting some essential duties. It's shown that students should always be active and do their tasks as much as possible.
Dangal greetings, I am Catherine Joyce A. Capoy to discuss the negative effect of household chores on students during online classes. The pandemic started 3 years ago, and the interpretation of other parents or people for students is not comprehensive. They also give negative comments that criticize doing responsibilities at home, which causes tricky doing to being students who struggle with academic activities. In 2020, the United Nations Children's Fund or UNICEF conveyed that about 3 billion people were in lockdown worldwide, and that almost 90% of the student population that cut off from school. Additionally, UNESCO 2020 said closing school has capacity for adverse outcomes. It increased vulnerability to roughness and exploitation alongside the challenges of producing, preserving, and enhancing distance learning. There is a negative effect on the student on how they will handle the adjustment to online learning as a student can be difficult and time-consuming. Student roles at school may include enrolling in multiple classes, engaging in clubs or sports, providing professional development prospects, and establishing a life in their new circumstances. Nevertheless, due to the student responsibility at home, the student does know how they will balance their time during the online class. The parents have more expectations regarding the student being only in the house. In the Philippines, Students' natural parents may not be professional when it comes to the student doing their household, which may affect their daily activities as students. It is that collectivist countries such as the Philippines have interdependent self-control. Thus, Filipinos are slandered to consider family obligations. King and Ganatis, 2015, Filipino student may be discreet about discussing personal decision with their parents. Since the pandemic started 3 years ago, students can preoccupy themselves with online classes in line with the new standard, and online courses can highlight students more under pressure because they adjust their learning needs. But the parents cannot comprehend that their child is a student who also has schoolwork and online classes. Causality is that household chores are definitive for Filipino children, but back in the students cannot control their emotion, which can affect their self and belief. According to Seto Beltran 2021, the situation has gotten so bad that there is at least one recorded case of suicide allegedly related to the overload of schoolwork. Many more additional students reportedly suffer in silence while experiencing depression and mental health issues. We now have many furious student and validating teachers and professors who demanded that education officials and universities address the phenomenon and crisis, particularly in Metro Manila and Luzon.
Dawn greetings everyone, I am Pinky Spineda, and now let's move on the negative effects of mismanaging time in accomplishing academic tasks and household chores. The students begin to see themselves as significant contributors to the family. They feel connected to the family when the student accomplish household chores that invariably happen in the place. Maintaining the student accountable for their duties can increase a sense of themselves as responsible and make them more reliable. According to Cunningham and Stromkis, 2005, ascertained that this has been a traditional practice in many households worldwide, where children would take part in maintaining the home by performing housework. For knowing students to complete self-care tasks and support household chores, and parents equip juveniles with the skills to function independently in the outside world with only so many hours a day. Parents must help the student decide how to spend their time and what is the most influential. The positive impact of these household chores is that they involve the students to give experience in relationship skills like communicating, negotiating, cooperating, and working as a team. Students contributing to the family helps them to feel competent and responsible. Moreover, conveying housework can aid families in performing better and reducing stress. When students help, chores get done sooner, and parents have less to do. It liberates up time for the family to do fun things together. Students may become more mindful of their messes if tasked with cleaning up around the house and more appreciative of the work that goes into maintaining a home. Housework is essential to enhance development of values such as responsibility, competence, self-reliance, and self-esteem. Additionally, Roseman, 2008, said that once a student feels a sense of satisfaction after successfully performing a chore, this builds self-esteem, which naturally translates into the class work activities and promotes academic excellence. The research finds that the students acquire responsibility and self-reliance from performing housework. They become responsible for carrying out classroom assignment effectively without being pushed by the teachers. In the Philippines, many institutes involve parents in school-based and school-related activities. The parents understand how the students does, and the students understand how to govern their time during online classes while doing household chores. The students consider they can multitasking to fill up the activities at home and in their school activities. According to Harris and Goodall 2007, parental involvement can encompass a range of activities within the school. Parents view parental engagement as offering support to students. In contrast, teachers view it as improving the students' behavior based on the parents who raise their children, who will control their emotion to the important things and be responsible. Traditionally in the Philippines, mother or older female extended family members take on household chores. Many family, even lower class family, often have all household benefits. Some students are inclined to do household chores and online classes founded on their scheduled time. Evangelista 2008 finds a relationship between academic involvement and children household performance because the students learn more about how they will discipline themselves to enter the real world. They are sure to do challenges when it comes to the household chores, and during online classes, they're self-enhanced to a deep understanding of meaning of life and how they prepare for the future.
This term paper is to determine the primary purpose of the student. Time management between homework and academic activities. Researchers have found that time management is essential for students to manage their time effectively. It can provide a good plan for students to organize things to work and have time for themselves. According to the researchers, there are 5 reasons to balance working at home and doing activities online. First, communications between parents and their children about how they will work and balance their time in the online class and their work at home. Second, students should do school activities promptly. Third, control students not using gadgets without activity. Fourth, parents should help students to sleep and rest when they are struggling and tired. 5. A student should work at home immediately if they don't have much to do. The focus of this study is to provide the information and improve students' time management by having a better performance and life balance both in online class activities and homework. In addition, time management can help students deliver work on time, reduce their stress and anxiety, and also help to improve their efficiency and productivity. This research also shows us that proper time management can avoid laziness and being out of the mindset. Thus, we can control all the things that we can do every single day.
Danga greetings everyone, I am Joanne Malitik and I am about to discuss the conclusion of this study. With the sudden change in environmental learning due to the immense effect of the pandemic, time management became more vital than before, especially for students who need to accomplish academic tasks while balancing household chores and other extracurricular activities. We, the researchers, have concluded that students and parents are responsible for resolving this issue. And these are the following reasons why. First, as a student and child of our parents, we must learn to be responsible in managing our time to execute the assigned task entirely. If time were handled appropriately and executed according to plan, it would be easier for us to accomplish academic tasks and household chores because our tasks are not getting out of our hands. The second is moral support is also crucial. Parents must learn how to communicate effectively with their children to become aware of what is happening in their child and their schedules to allocate household chores accordingly and without any hassle. Healthy communication between parent to children relationship can reinforce the children to prevent academic anxiety. Aside from that, it would also motivate the children to manage their time effectively and avoid misunderstandings and quarrels between them. Lastly, abiding by household chores can train students to become independent because this activity prepares them for real-world situations that they may face someday.
Besides helping them become independent, household chores can also enable them to excel academically because they would be more responsible and can manage their time effectively. As a responsible students and good children of our parents, we only have two choices when given tasks are overflowing. It is either you run the day or the day runs you. So let us all manage our time wisely.